Namaste, angels. I'm here to do a client reading for somebody for whom I've read before, but probably not for like a year. So we're going to start fresh. This is someone I otherwise don't know. We live in 2 different countries, all that kind of stuff. We met on, YouTube and Facebook and all those things. So I'm going to start first with the cross, as I've been doing for everyone else. I'm not sure for how much longer I'm going to be doing it, because actually I had said until the ascension, and the ascension is like upon us. It's next week. But for now, I'm continuing with the cross. And this time I'm beginning with fear. Haven't seen this card in a while. And opening to the mystic, which always reminds me of the sign of Aquarius with this woman with this big star over her third eye. But it's really just about paying close attention to your intuition. And opposite fear, I'd say it was about, like not trusting in yourself. Fear to trust in your own gifts and in the ascension and, all that sort of thing. Opening now to listening, another star. I don't know if anybody has Aquarius in their chart here in this reading, but somebody very well may. Fear is back. And opening now to answered prayer. So whatever it is for which either one or both have been hoping for, the universe having come through or soon to come through with those wishes being granted. Fear is back. And opening to divine guidance, which is all about the infinite of this, not only this feminine energy of the moon, but of all divine guidance, even from the angels and stuff. If we don't want to, if we want like more persistent and consistent guidance, but we have to call upon them and ask them for their help and offer them our permission, grant them our permission to intercede in our lives. And if we do that, they can help us to remove things like fear. Archangel Raphael can help to heal something like fear and or anything in our life. Everything stems from something and leads to a fear. Any and everything negative. He can heal any and every area of our lives. Chamuel for the unconditional love. If we're having problems in that area. They work very closely together in that respect, with Chamuel being unconditional love and Archangel Raphael sort of like the patron or ruler of the dominion over the heart chakra. Michael to help us to plan, organize, even things like our thoughts, our words, we've got to write a paper, all that kind of stuff. That's certainly Michael on whom you'd call. And also cutting away things that no longer serve us. He, under his title as the sword, that's what he does. He helps us to cut away things that no longer serve us. Jophiel helps us to beautify, our surroundings and ourselves too, our own vessels as well, if we call upon her for that. So there's help in every area. Uriel will, light up any room, any situation, anything you need, and can also help us specifically with like the solar plexus and all those things. So no need to have or harbor any fear. You can just go straight to God too. And, please take this away from me. And that works as well, of course. Fear. Opening to embrace. Which is not exactly what it looks like. It's really one person's inner divine masculine and feminine in an embrace, as opposed to 2 people. But these, our inner selves have to come together and be able to, love ourselves wholly in order to be able to then later on love someone else. And actually, you guys, for you, I shuffled to this Father, Husband, Brother, Son card in the Ascended Masters deck, which is about the need to heal a relationship with a masculine energy in your life. And it can be your very own, your inner divine masculine, whether you are female or male, whether you are the divine feminine or you are the divine masculine. We both have both. I'm going to cut here. And divine guidance back. So having seen listening and divine guidance showing up twice, I think the message is for you again, and the intuition cards and the 2 cards with the stars on them, I think the message is for you to pay closer attention to the messages you may be receiving from God and the angels, from the universe, in general. And it can be resulting in miracles. That's your overall energy. So we want to be able to witness even the small ones in our lives and count all our blessings, regardless of size. The feminine about herself, dreams. This may be one of the things, one of the places where you need to listen. I know Archangel Michael really likes to talk to us during our sleep. This is why he prefers that we're sober. Like they don't mind if you... Those we're not addicted. They don't want us addicted to anything either. But we can, have cocktails and drink. Jesus drank wine. He brought the wine to like every party he went to in the Bible and stuff. So that's not a problem. But this is why, for the most part, Michael particularly would prefer us to be sober so that he can visit us in our dreams, and we can be receptive to it, understand it, remember it, or at least remember to write it down when we wake up, with a book that we keep by our bedside or something like that. So these messages coming to you, again, you're reminded to listen, pay close attention, even in your sleep. So you might want to be someone, if you don't already, who keeps a book next to them, a notebook or something where you can write these things, these dreams and things down when you wake up so that you don't forget them. The masculine celebration, and this very Pentecostal dove for me. So it could be a celebration of like his revived spirit, if that makes any sense to you. His elevated spirit. He's like very happy in his new self and with his new self. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is him about you. I was about to move on, and they like, no, like, listen. I gotta listen now. Okay, yeah, this is about you, his feeling about you. He's very happy with your elevated self. My apologies. Okay. And it is cause for celebration. He has abundance coming in of all sorts, and he's learning to be vulnerable to the universe and to like bear himself before it so that his abundance can flow in all forms, and he's learning to recognize love in all forms. And again, recognize like miracles and count blessings in all forms and all sizes. So some of them will be monetary, some of them will be material, but some of them are just going to be these little blessings in our lives that make them so much better that we often take for granted. He's not doing that. And certainly not in relation to the union. How he feels about the union overall, tantric. So this is another connection to the dreams, okay? Because this is a very 5D connection, tantra. And it's not just about sex. Some people think it is, like just that really deep sexual connection. And that's certainly part of it. And I don't want to negate that or make that seem unimportant in any way, because it's absolutely not. But it is definitely more than that. It's the spiritual connection, the spiritually and elevated connection between the two beings as well. So if he's feeling this way about the union and you're feeling this way about yourself, this is certainly some place where you guys can meet, and not a mistake that these like two energies are sort of mirroring each other at the corners opposite one another here, because they definitely come together and fit together. Overall balance. Speaking of coming together and fitting together, this is what you guys are trying to achieve. You're not there yet, is what I'm feeling, but certainly working on it. And this feminine here reminds me very much so of, like an Isis. Not that she looks like her or anything like that, but this is the divine feminine healing the divine masculine. Speaking about that again with like this father husband, brother, son. And this husband certainly was healed in this way by his wife. Again, the goddess Isis. When I picked that up, fertility is underneath here. So there may be a lot of like really intense sexual energy between you guys. Also, drink more water is upright behind that as well. That would certainly be connected to this ascension and this ever-present 5D connection. The need to remain hydrated. The outcome, relationship. How beautiful is that? I love that outcome for you. And what would he have you... This is what the masculine would have you do or surrender. Your physical body. He wants you to fully surrender. You might be the one, or at least he may feel that you're the one who is holding on to the majority of the fear. And he wants you to basically bear yourself before the universe like this and go into full surrender. That's the contribution toward the effort of coming into union that he would like you to do. Well, I thought the fear must be, or that he must feel that the fear was yours, because he's asking that you do that. But here's the fear here. What he's saying is, though, that this is what he's willing to let go of. This is what he's willing to surrender. This is what he's willing to do, is to let go, release his fear. So again, maybe this is why he's having you do the same thing. I'm going to do it. You do it with me, both working toward this relationship together. And what would the universe have the two of you do? This card has shown up in this exact position from the universe for I don't know how many people that I read for, like the personal readings. Even just tonight, like there's like 3 or 4 of you that it showed up there. The universe would like you guys to work on healing your inner child, the both of you. Not necessarily together, separately will do, but that's what's going to help you to come into balance here. Okay, beautiful cards with tantric union and relationship here. Also abundance. And this, with this being released, this may be the most beautiful of all. Going to the angel tarot cards, begin with the Emperor, representing the sign of Aries, or perhaps Leo, Sagittarius, fire signs. Also, for me, this card can come through with relation to Scorpio because of the planet Mars, the red planet. I see red when I see this card often. Organization and logic, structure and discipline. Also, leadership. I was talking about calling upon Michael to help you, organize and plan your thoughts even. There you go. This is what he does. Opening to the 3 of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work. Be a team player. The 3 of Earth is about your boss, which can be the universe, which can be God, which can be even like a representative, Archangel Michael, on behalf of God, wanting to give you a promotion, a pat on the back, some sort of recognition. He wants to give you a promotion, a bonus, a raise, and this can be down here on this plane too, a boss that you have, or if you're like your own business owner, this can be your customer base, like really people wanting to patronize you, quite heavily and repeat and refer people and that sort of thing, because they're really, really impressed with you. And they've been watching, they've been keeping an eye, like we like this store owner, this particular one. It can also be, if you're working on a team and maybe you stand out and stuff like that. Now, the fact that the Emperor was opposite that, everything has like a light and a shadow side, and the shadow side of this Emperor, or the planet Mars, or maybe the sign of Aries, is that it can become like overbearing. And there can be somebody like on a team of 3 or a group project of some sort at work or something, who could be trying to like steal your shine too. or give you a hard time. Speaking of threes, unfortunately, open to the three of air. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's the need to forgive yourself and others for something that's occurred. The Emperor back. And opening to the five of air, which might indicate that whatever has occurred was, at least in part, and not necessarily maliciously. It could be completely inadvertently and innocently, but was of somebody's, like somebody brought it upon themselves. You know, you or the divine masculine, or maybe the two of you in some kind of joint action. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. The Emperor back. Opening now to the four of fire. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life and the successful completion of a project. Now, these two cards I like opposite one another, because now I can look at this as just a four of fire of its own, but of the major arcana strength. And these are your foundations, and together the two of them making an 8 is that infinite and that abundance and that strength that you need to get through, you know, just about everything in life, together or apart. And you have it here for you. Very nice. Four of fire now at the bottom. I'm going to cut. And it's the 9 of water. More wishes granted, more prayers being answered, dreams come true. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away, and you have a love of life. The overall energy is the Knight of Air, who's intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. You can come up with creative solutions. The Knight of Air is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, or someone taking on, you know, those traits and or energies. The masculine is the lovers with Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. The lovers represents the sign of Gemini, yet again, or can also be present because of Aquarius or Libra. Surrounded by the 10 of fire, too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance, and that causes or leads to stress-related health concerns. So this can be a burden, feeling burdened and or burdensome, perhaps have something having to do with that Emperor, you know, whoever that fire sign is, or whatever that fire sign energy is, can be from where this 10 of fire is coming, that overbearingness. In the masculine subconscious, the moon with Archangel Haniel, important psychic insights, events behind the scenes, release fears that hold you back. So he's already said that he's willing to release fears that hold him back for the sake of this union. This card represents the sign of Pisces, or maybe other water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, and can have to do with not only paying close attention to your intuition, which you've already seen an indication of the fact that you guys need to do that, but that there can be some unknowns here. There's some things hidden in the dark about which we're unaware. They can be secrets between you, but not necessarily. And even in the case where they are, that doesn't mean that it's anything malicious or whatever. It can be, I mean, people just don't tell everyone everything. You know, even our mates, we don't reveal every single thing about ourselves or our lives. I mean, you know, we couldn't possibly if we wanted to. So it can be what that is. But when things are, when it's time for things to come out, they come out. You know, and if it is malicious or, you know, something that was hurtful, like what's done in the dark always comes to light anyway. Feminine, the king of water, Speaking of Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer, trustworthy, compassionate, respected, and cultured is the king of water. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work, which is love, in my opinion. So somebody may be a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or someone, or taking on those traits. And if they are, this can be, sun, moon, rising. Doesn't have to necessarily be sun. Surrounded by the wheel with Archangel Michael, which represents a few signs: Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. Also Sagittarius, because this card represents the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of luck, or not really luck, karma, to be honest, fortune, resulting from karma, good karma. And Jupiter rules the zodiac sign of Sagittarius, which is the mirror sign of Gemini, by the way. And this energy also very closely related to the fixed sign. So those were the other ones that I just rattled off: Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus. This energy that's surrounding you, of course, very good energy. This is karmic energy from the universe that's of a positive nature. The wheel turning or having turned in your favor. A situation suddenly moves forward as a result, and fortune is on your side. In your subconscious, the Three of Air is back. Great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. So you could be thinking of a scenario, some sort of situation that occurred, or you could be making something up in your mind. Perhaps you have some air in your chart, and that's what's causing you to do that. We, tend to overthink everything. Perhaps you're you misreading a situation, and so, you've got it all wrong. It's in your mind. Or perhaps you're sort of reliving a scenario by thinking about something that was hurtful. You're thinking about it. This opposite the moon, it can also be what you think you don't know. You know what I mean? That's upsetting you. Crowning, it's the Four of Air. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So now you actually have the need to make a decision sitting next to the need to make a decision, because the Lover's card isn't just about love. It's also about the need to make a decision, often between two quote unquote karmic energies. And I don't mean karmic in a negative sense. I mean karmic as in fated, destined, as in of Jupiter. Here at the root, it's the Six of Fire. Victory. Good news. It's on its way. Also, public recognition or awards comes with this good news. And at the heart of the matter, the Page of Air. Challenging information, delays or changes to plans, and truth delivered without tact. So something could have been said, or maybe you, again, are manifesting that possibility, you're thinking about something being said that's going to be hurtful, the Page of Air. You expectant of it, although it doesn't really necessarily exist. That's a possibility. But certainly it's a possibility that something was said that you found hurtful, and it's on your mind. It's weighing heavily on you, and it can be weighing heavily on the masculine as well. Again, it's a burden to him. Maybe that's why he had to spit it out if it came from him. Maybe he was, he had to get something off his chest. The Page of Air delivered it. The Page of Air could have also blurted out something that had previously been kept in the dark. Page of Air also here to notify us of there having been a delay previously to this energy coming to you, this positive energy, this fortune coming to you. It could have come sooner, but something that was like a monkey wrench thrown in the middle of a situation, and that held things up. You may have to wait to see the full impact. You may have to wait until on or around June 10th when Jupiter goes direct. Here's your 6 and here's your 10. That's when you'll be victorious, the full impact. The next card is upright. I'm going to try to clarify this 3 of Air. The dreamer with Archangel Metatron, a leap of faith, follow your dreams that leads to unexpected opportunities. So maybe your fear is holding you back from taking a chance because you were hurt in a previous situation about what you're reminded in this time. And it can be with him, but it doesn't have to be. It can be something from even before that. It can be connected to that inner child. It's something that's holding you back. Here, where the masculine has this the need to release fears that are holding him back, you're holding on to some too, which explains why he chose for you to have that physical body card and to fully bear yourself before the universe and release any and all fear that you have for the sake of the union, because again, that's what he wants to do. Let's go on to the romance cards and see what clarity they might add to this. Beginning with pay attention to the red flag, and they're showing me reconciliation behind here too. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So if there's been some distance between you, that would explain that. We're starting off with pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Red flags that we have here is this cautionary tale. For the masculine to release his burdens, or whatever is causing him to feel burdensome upon somebody else. Let's let go of it, allow it to end. It's trying to have a natural death. It's at a 10 here. It wants to give him a new beginning, like an ace of fire instead, a new start. And this is the other red flag. It's positive. It's the flag of victory coming through. It's a knight on his victory lap being cheered on by all the townspeople. That's the public recognition. Opening 2, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So again, you may have to wait till on or around 6:10. And there's a 6:10 this way, and there's a 6:10 this way. And they're both of this fire. They could both be having to do with Sagittarius and or Jupiter. And I think that they are. Worth waiting for is back. Opening to new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This is love anew. New love. Opening to release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. I think that's you here. Maybe not giving this current situation, current union, current relationship the chance it deserves, the leap of faith, because you're holding on to some sort of pain and or resentment from a previous time. And that can be what this is too with the masculine. Because again, admittedly, he has fear of his own to release. Release your ex. And opening to soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Release your ex back. And opening to flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So when we want to like approach one another and come back together, we shouldn't start out like a page of air by blurting out something potentially hurtful or too heavy, like as they say, but rather the page of air, as in Gemini, youthful, lighthearted, playful, that kind of page of air is who should do the flirting. Release your ex is back. Opening now to new love again. So I'll stop here after this and just cut. So the message there, release your ex to give way and make way for the new love. Just like the message is here. Release this old pain so you can have a new start. 0 means cipher in supreme math. So it's like clearing away your cipher through the wisdom. 2 is wisdom. The knowledge. None. 1. I can't remember what 3 is. Wisdom. Pretty sure wisdom is 2. This is the 3rd day in a row I'm having these mental blocks. I'm not sure what's going on there, but this is through the lessons learned, basically is what I was trying to get to, but I was going to give you the mathematical version of that. You're clearing away, you're freeing up your cipher, right? Your surroundings. And once you've done that, that allows you for a fresh start. when you release this X. All right, let me cut. Yeah, but stuff that I know like the back of my hand. I got stuck on something having to do with myself earlier. I don't remember what that was. It was something having to do with me though. Oh, in the reading that I did for the 20th, I was trying to remember, and I still don't. It's still stuck in my head. There's a term that's used by Native Americans, and there's a website that, a government website that we go to and all these things when we need to reconnect with our tribe. And I have to do that, and I can't think of the term to save my life. It was that, and the other day I couldn't remember Chris Cornell's bands, either one. And now this. Okay, anyway, flirt is back. So again, we want to be that type of page of air, the lighthearted one, not the one with the heavy news. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So again, here we have evidence of the need to make a decision, and this can be on either side or both. And here we have evidence of a need to make a decision, and this too can be on either side or both. Here atop the Lovers, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So if that's the decision that he has to come to, the universe, the romance angel is coming right out of the gate with, flat out yes. Here atop the Ten of Fires, so this difficult situation that was in part maybe caused by your distance. It's been weighing on him heavily. It's been weighing on him. He should be happy to learn that the romance angels come through to say that you guys will be reconciling if there's been distance between you. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Here atop the Moon, maybe this information that's in the dark, that's going to come to light. No need to try to pressure the universe or drive yourself nuts. It will come to you and it will be worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. You're going to know everything you need to know, and everything that's meant to happen for you, it's going to happen for you. When your fortune turns around and that wheel is in your favor, that's when these things will come together. Here atop the King of Water, codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So this can be a connection to any person, place, or thing upon which you may be codependent. And again, it can be memories or some sort of old past hurt or resentment connected to anybody else in your life. It doesn't have to even necessarily be an ex, just, although the ex showed up. Anybody who left you with this, sort of baggage from your experience with them, as opposed to, just happy memories. It could be a family member. Here atop the wheel, and when things change in your favor, we're also healing family issues at that time. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but it's not just your parents. It's anybody who can be, so impactful upon your life as to affect it, and maybe more specifically, your love life. They can even affect, impact, block, prohibit from moving forward. We have to heal those relationships, and we can heal them by repairing them or by walking away, or maybe something in between, modifying, the relationship, changing it. And that all that's going to be up to you. Here atop the Dreamer, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So this can certainly be the angels, from whom, again, I went on that rant about calling upon the angels. So it had to be for a reason, and maybe it's for this one. They can help you to release again this pain and this fear, and instead turn that around to positive energy that allows you and even encourages you to take the leap of faith. Crowning here atop the Four of Air, where the Four of Air suggests rest, a vacation, a break, meditation is similar advice from the romance angels. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And it could be retreat so you can, for the sake of healing these family issues. There can be a retreat together in reconciliation. There can be a retreat on behalf of the masculine for the sake of reconciliation, in order for him to be able to move toward that. Here at the root atop the 6 of fire, and the victory is engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And here at the heart of the matter, atop the page of air, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And it's crossing the codependency because it wants you to stop prioritizing, even if this is like a dead relationship, and again, not, when I say relationship, I don't even necessarily mean romantic. Even if it's a dead situation, if it's holding you back, you're prioritizing it ahead of yourself, or it has become prioritized ahead of you. So you want to stop living and or loving for other people, places, and things, but rather for yourself instead. And the same goes for the masculine. And maybe in connection to this decision he had to make, do I continue to put other things, people, situations ahead of myself, and allow distance to continue to grow between me and my beloved, or am I going to prioritize myself? And then the choice is to prioritize himself, which is awesome. That leads to the reconciliation. The Ascended Masters like to chime in, again, beginning with Father, Husband, Brother, Son, and Osiris, and the need to heal the relationship with a masculine energy in your life. Again, that can be your own. For you, like perhaps your father or an ex or something. A means to work on that can be meditation, as has already been suggested by the angels, and a specific type of meditation may be yoga if you're into that. Father, Husband, Brother, Son, opening to health and healing. Okay, what it's all about. Healing family issues. Reconciliation. Learning to love ourselves first. Father, Husband, Brother, Son, opening to priorities. Didn't I just say prioritize yourself? King Solomon agrees with me. Father, Husband, Brother, Son, and opening to the power of joy. This is what we get when we make these changes in our lives. It brings about that peace and contentment that we saw with the 4 of fire opposite the Emperor. Those double 4s, that kind of abundant joy and happiness and peace and contentment. Opening 2, follow your heart, says St. Francis. And I think this is certainly for both sides. In your heart, if you follow your heart, again, it leads to this overwhelming joy. Power of joy now at the bottom. I'm going to cut. Drink more water, says Oshan. So this is for the continued elevation. We must remain hydrated. And the overall energy here is health and healing with Hilarion. So we have the health and healing we have very soon. And we have the Knight of Air as overall energies for you. Okay. The top, give your relationship a chance. Fertility and Pan. So this is brand new energy and immense energy to contribute and put forward toward giving the relationship a chance. This is effort, Here atop, reconciliation, purification. So he has to first purify himself, detoxify himself of that 10 of fire energy, that burdensome energy, or that energy that made him feel like a burden. but I think it was mostly weighing him down. He has to release that, or, whatever, wherever, or whomever it is, and that will help him to give way to the reconciliation. Here, atop worth waiting for, and the moon is Queen Oshun yet again with the drink more water. So he may be more in a need, like in maybe a 3D sense and a 5D sense, because with this drink more water sitting here underneath the 10 of fire, which can certainly be about health concerns, he may be dehydrated, like in the 3D plane, or in danger of that. Here atop the codependency, like I was saying, this father, husband, brother, son can be your father, your husband, your brother, your son, an ex, or whatever. Yeah, that's what it is. It's showing up here on top the codependency card, father, husband, brother, son, Osiris. Here atop healing family issues, mother, wife, sister, daughter. So this can be your parents. This can be yourself and an ex. Can be both of those things, is what I'm hearing now. Can be both of those things. Again, we have the inner child that the universe wanted you to heal. That may be what's coming about connected to your parents. And then maybe as a result, you've had some difficulties in your life based on, wounds that hadn't been healed before. That's why we're healing them now, because we want to avoid that happening. And the universe is going to force us to avoid that happening. It's not going to allow us to come into true and full union. And not just you, this is all of us. And there is no true full union at this point. There was nobody like that, because the universe wanting to make sure that we won't ever sink back into the fear. That we completely have been stripped of this pain and ego. We've let it all go. That's when the big reward comes. And also when it's as above, so when that has happened above and what needs to align there has aligned, it will here as well. But we're preparing. And what the universe doesn't want to happen, whether that's all transpired or not, is for us to unnecessarily and unduly experience the same things with our, divine beloved that we went through with other people that can easily be healed now. Maybe easily is not the right word, but hey, very soon. So maybe easily is the right word. We just got to, again, call on him and ask him to help us to release it. Here in your subconscious, stay focused. So don't allow yourself to slip into air energy, whether you're an air sign or not, and have things in your mind. Again, perhaps manufactured based on something, reasonable, but still not applicable to this union, and just things that we got to let go. Stay focused on what's on the here and now and what's going on in this union. Crowning atop the retreat and the need to meditate and or make a decision is take charge of the situation and Moses. So this is applicable to both of you. The need to, handle your business here. And all of that, once you do that, that opens up your flow. Okay. And in comes the flow of prosperity, says Lakshmi. And again, like that other card that I was showing with the abundance, it comes in all forms, so it's prosperity, not just finances and material, but also love. And it's here atop engagement, where your love life is ascending, and which is atop the victory card, the 6 of fire. At the heart of the matter, spiritual law of attraction. You love yourself first. You send out positive energy about yourself. You speak only positivity over your life. That's what you're going to get back in your life. And you treat others that way. That's how others are going to treat you. We give what we get. We reap what we sow. That may have been Mercurian energy, now that I think about it, that's been having me having these mental blocks. And I was right here over this card that represents Mercury for me. this may have been Mercury playing a final joke on me as it exits, because today, the day on which I'm doing this reading, is the 20th. And the 20th is the day that Mercury exits completely its retrograde zone, even leaves the shadow in Taurus. And I think, yeah, the Mercurian energy was getting its last dig into me, and that explains why this has been happening to me the past couple of days too. Mercury can certainly do that to you. And with me being a Gemini, and not only a Gemini, but a double air sign, yeah, that makes sense. I hadn't thought about it before. The masculine's advice from the Tony Carmine Salerno Universal Love Oracle is to learn to embrace his whole self. So the father, husband, brother, son, whereas it showed up earlier and could have applied to either one of you, with which he needs to heal a relationship, is likely himself. And maybe holding, different things against himself for mistakes made, not forgiving himself, not releasing himself from, any negative emotion attached to those experiences. And he needs to, which is probably why the universe would like him to heal his inner child as well, not just you. From the Tony Carmine Salerno and Universal Love Oracle to you, the same card, I believe that he selected for you earlier, that came up in that other spread, listening. I think it may have been, it was one of them that was there that came up with that other spread. I remember at least shuffling to it. The need to pay close attention to your intuition and to the messages received from the universe. To the masculine, it's the Page of Fire, who's outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. So something very special coming his way soon. And this can also be connected to the reconciliation and Sagittarius, the Page of Fire, because like Gemini, is a youthful sign. Sagittarius, our mirror sign, is as well. For you, it's the Six of Water, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. I think primarily this is about the need to, again, let go of some things from earlier in life, perhaps involving your parents or other family members or people you considered family, and letting any past hurt and resentment go. And only keeping, maybe the positive memories. Take that with you, but leave everything else behind. From the Ascended Masters to the masculine, a similar message that I just gave you. Let it go, says Kuan Yin. So that would have to do with his whatever he has to purify himself of. For you, open your heart to love, says Jesus. So maybe where you've been closed off because of, some other situations and how they may have affected you. And you might not even realize it, because this is here in, the subconscious area. It might not even be something that you are consciously aware of, that you're closed off, or that you close yourself off because of a past situation that you otherwise would have thought you were over or believed yourself over. There's some sort of cord that needs to be cut. Lastly, from the romance angels to the masculine, playfulness is back. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So again, he's going to want to approach from that sort of perspective and position. And for you, romantic feelings, which I think this is perfect in the scenario that I've pictured in my head. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So where you've been protecting yourself from hurt, there's no need. The universe got you back. You've got guardian angels, and what you're feeling and what you've been seeing and all of that is real. Yes, this is your soulmate. I hope that you found this reading helpful and that you enjoy it. Namaste, angel.